What's going on, guys? Cameron here, and in this video I'll just be sharing my experience of what it has been like for like the past 3-4 months driving a rear-wheel drive car in the winter. So yeah, I live in Canada, in Ottawa, so you know it snows a lot here, and I've been driving my car for the entire winter. And before I got my car, everyone was like, oh, you should get a rear-wheel drive car, you should get an all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive for the winter. But I just didn't want one of those cars. I just wanted something I could drift, because I'm a car guy, you know, I like cars and stuff. So I was like, I'm not trying to spend my money on an all-wheel drive car. Like, no hate against it, but it's just what I wanted for myself. I wanted a rear-wheel drive, so yeah, I still went ahead and picked one up. So I'm just sharing my experience with you guys of what it has been like owning this car for the past couple of months in the winter. And right now the roads are pretty bad right now. It's not the worst because the snow plow has already removed some of the snow, but it's snowing right now, and yeah, the roads aren't the best. So I'll just show you guys what it's like and also explain to you guys what my experience has been like. And this is actually my first winter as well, so like I have no experience driving in winter or anything. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the road right now and tell you a little bit more about the snow and stuff. Okay, so this is what the roads are like right now, and it's currently snowing as well. And yeah, it's not the worst right now, but it's also not good. So this is, yeah, I think this is a good time to make this video, because I was just waiting for it to snow a bit and for the roads to be more like this before I made the video, so I could actually show you guys me driving and stuff. So yeah, this is what the roads are like. I'm on the highway right now. I'm still doing 100. That's kilometers, because that's the speed limit for Canada on the highways, well, Ottawa at least. But yeah, so I just want to say, like, I've never spun out once. I've been driving in the winter since November, and now it's February, and yeah, it's my first winter as well. I've never spun out once. I've never been stuck anywhere. I've never almost been in an accident because of the snow or nothing like that. I've never like almost been in an accident ever. And so yeah, it's not the worst, to be honest. Before I got my car, everyone was like, they made it sound impossible to drive a rear-wheel drive car in the winter. Everyone was like, oh, you cannot drive a rear-wheel drive car, you're just gonna get stuck everywhere, you're gonna crash, you're gonna spin out, you're gonna this, that. And to be honest, like, it's not that bad. And I felt like I knew it wasn't that bad, right? Because people always make shit sound like it's extremely hard until you do it, right? So I was like, nah, fuck it, I don't want an all-wheel drive car or front-wheel drive. So I just went ahead by the rear-wheel drive still, and see, it's pretty good. I'm not saying all-wheel drive is not better. Obviously it's gonna be better, like, to like get out of like certain spots if you're stuck, and maybe to keep control if you're sliding. I don't know, but like, it's not that much different. And the thing is, okay, this is a rear-wheel drive, and I drove a Civic before. A Civic is front-wheel drive, and I can't tell the difference between the Civic and this. Like, yeah, if you were to spin out, then to control the Civic might be easier. Yeah, it would be easier because it's front wheel, right? So wherever you steer the wheel, that's where you're gonna go. But with the rear wheel, it's kind of different. So if you guys know like the basic physics of a car and like how to keep control if you're spinning out, then you're good. And I'm not a professional driver or anything. It's my first winter, but like, you know, it's not that hard. So yeah, I drove a Civic. It's not that different from this. Like, unless you spin out, that's when you're gonna be able to tell the difference. Like, if you're sliding, the Civic might be able to, like, it might be easier to keep control, right? So that's the only time I've seen a difference, even though I didn't spin out in them. But yeah, like regular driving, you guys are not gonna be able to tell the difference between rear wheel and all wheel or front wheel. And I drove a Range Rover, and that's like a truck, you know, you guys know the Range Rovers, and I think that's all-wheel drive, and it's the same. Like, it's not much different from this. But if you were to spin out, then it might be easier to keep control, or if you were stuck in like a snow pile or something, it might be easier to get out. But to be honest, like, so how everyone made all rear-wheel drive cars sound like it's the worst in the winter, like, it's not. Obviously, out of the three cars, like front wheel, all-wheel, or rear wheel would be the worst for the winter. But that doesn't mean it's bad or it's impossible, because I drive my car every day to school, and it snows a lot here, and I've never yet spun out once, and it's my first winter. So, you know, like, sometimes when the snow is like higher on the roads are going to be slippery, and that's the same with any car, to be honest, right? Because if the snow is higher on the road, like, any car would have a harder time to get around. And I've driven like all sort of weather. Like, I've drove when it's like the snow is like high on the road and everything, and I still managed to get where, like, I still managed to get from point A to point B, like, no problem, right? You just have to drive more careful. So the thing is, with rear wheel drive, if you're like taking a corner, like let's say you're taking a right corner you don't want to guess it too hard. And even if it's not snowing and you guess it too hard in a corner, then it's going to spin out because it's a rear wheel drive, right? And yeah, in the snow you just got to be a little more careful because the roads are more slippery. But it's not something that you have to be doing like, oh, you have to be doing like 20 everywhere. No, I still drive the regular speed limit, but you guys just have to like be more cautious, you know, in case anything. So yeah, it's not the worst. As I said, it's not the best of the three, but I can't really tell the difference because I drove rear wheel drive and all wheel drive and front wheel drive, and I can't really tell the difference, right? So yeah, I'm just making this video to like help you guys out because I was looking for a video like this before I bought my car and I couldn't really find a proper one. And so yeah, this one is, I have the Lexus IS350 and it does have snow mode, right? My car has snow mode, but I don't use it because it eats up my gas, so I never use snow mode. But when I use it, the car definitely feels like, it just feels heavier on the road. I don't know, it feels heavier with the snow mode, and that's better for the snow, right? Look at this guy. But yeah, with the snow mode, the car is heavier on the road, so it obviously is better for driving in the snow, but I don't use it. So you guys could use that if you want to get like a Lexus. I don't know if all cars have a snow mode, but this one does. So yeah, like, it's not the worst. As I said, if you guys want one, I think you should go ahead and get one. Like, if it's really what you want and you just don't want an all-wheel drive or a front-wheel drive, I would say just get a rear-wheel drive, right? Just know that you have to be more careful, but it's not anything crazy like people make it sound. Trust me, like, I'm doing the regular speed limit right now, right? And it's snowing and everything. Like, it's not that bad. It's just like, it's snowing, so obviously you can't drive as if it's not snowing, right? And if you were to spin out, then that's where I see the only difference between the cars. So like regular driving, I can't tell the difference, but if you were to spin out, then front wheel drive would be easier to get back in control, or all wheel drive. But yeah, like, it's not that crazy of a difference. So as I said, if you guys just don't want to all wheel drive or front wheel drive, just get the rear wheel drive, bro. Plus it's fun, you know, you go to empty parking lots, you drift and shit, you have fun, you do donuts. So yeah, I would just say get the fucking rear wheel drive if you guys really want it. It's not that bad. I can make more videos on it if you guys want, so just leave it in the comment section or whatever and let me know what you guys want to see. I'm down to make a video on anything, so you guys suggest whatever you want and I'll make a video on it. So yeah, it's not that bad. Look at the roads right now, it's not the best, and I'm still doing the normal speed limit. I haven't spun out once, I barely slide. And yeah, so yeah, if you guys have any questions, just ask me in the comments. And as I said, it's not as hard as people make it sound. If you guys really want one, get one. And because I don't regret it. There's not one point where I was like, oh, I wish I had an all-wheel drive, or I wish I had a front-wheel drive. I've never once said that, right? So that just proves like how bad, like how good it is. Like, it's not that bad as people make it sound. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Hope this video was helpful, because I was trying to find a video like this before I got my car and I couldn't really find one that like explains it into detail. And I might not have done the best explanation, but if you guys have any questions, just feel free to leave it in the comments. I will answer you guys. Or if you guys want me to make a video on something else, just suggest it and I will make the video. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.